Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jeff Jenkins, and if you don't know, I'm one of the instructors with the RideSmart family. And today we're going to be easing some of your concerns about what really goes on at your first track day with RideSmart.
I love RideSmart, and I will be coming back for lots of more track days with them.
I'm in. I'll be at the next one.
Thinking back to my first track day, I can remember that I was a little confused on what I needed to be doing as well as where I needed to be going. So here at RideSmart, we want to make sure that you know exactly what to expect at your first track day with us. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a typical track day with us step by step. So first off, you need to be at the racetrack close to the time the gates open, which is normally around 6 to 6:30 a.m. That way you have plenty of time to get set up and registered. When you pull up to the gate, you will be asked to sign a waiver and then given a wristband showing that you have signed the waiver. Next, you will need to drive in and find a spot to park. Just search for a spot behind the red fire lane line that is not blocking any through traffic and has enough room for you to unload your bike. While unloading your bike, make sure you have a partner to help you safely unload your bike. Don't be afraid to ask, because there's more than enough people willing to help out. As for where to put your bike, most tracks have covered paddock areas which can be rented for a small fee. If that doesn't interest you, bring a pop-up canopy and have it right next to your vehicle. Be certain to securely anchor the canopy at all 4 legs to avoid losing it in gusts of wind. Once you have your bike unloaded and stored safely, you will need to proceed to registration. Registration is where you sign in and receive your correct level sticker. If you have any questions or need help with anything, registration will have multiple instructors there ready to help in any way they can. You might also notice the corner worker safety meeting being held in the registration room. The corner workers are pretty much the guys with the flags. After you sign in and get your correct level sticker, you will need to apply it to the front of your bike, preferably on the lower part of your windscreen. Then you need to grab your helmet and proceed to the tech area. Tech is where one of our instructors will look over your bike, checking to make sure that all the major components are working properly, such as your brake, clutch lever, throttle response, and also to check that your chain is properly tensioned, as well as your bodywork is securely fastened. Once the instructor sees that everything is good to go, they will put a tech sticker on top of your level sticker as well as on your helmet. After completing tech, feel free to walk around and introduce yourself to other fellow riders. See other bikes, because after all, you are now a part of the RideSmart family. Next, we will announce the track drive. This is where we load up in pickup trucks and head out onto the track, where one of the RideSmart instructors will point out how to approach and take the various corners, bumps, as well as where it is safe to pass and unsafe to pass, etc. When you return from the track drive, you will go directly to the morning riders meeting. The morning riders meeting will start at 7:30 and goes over what the track conditions are like, where pit in and pit out are, why riding within your means is so important, and what is expected of the riders in each level, what the schedule is, and how we rotate every 20 minutes starting with level 3, then 2, then 1. Also, the level 1 and level 2 lead instructors will make brief announcements about where the classrooms are and what to expect from class. Vendors for RideSmart will also be introduced, such as tire support, suspension help, and even professional photography. After wrapping up the meeting, Level 3 will have 10 minutes till their first session on track, and Level 1 and Level 2 will be requested to go to their designated classroom areas. Level 1's first classroom session will be based on the upcoming round robin. The round robin is what Level 1 and 2 does for their first on-track session. It is discussed in depth in class, but essentially, once you are dismissed from class, you will put on your equipment and ride over to pit out. There you will be divided into several lines. Each line is led by an instructor, which will guide you and your group around the track at a slow to moderate pace. After each lap, the instructor will signal for the person directly behind him to move to the back, and for the whole line to move forward. This gives all the riders in the group a chance to follow directly behind the instructor, so he can demonstrate up close what the proper line is for that particular track. After your first session on track, you will come in and go straight back to Level 1 classroom, where the instructors will cover many topics throughout the day, such as proper body position, when to pass, braking, as well as concepts that need to be understood, such as inertia and closing speed. At the end of the second classroom session, instructors will pass out colored jerseys to those who would like to work with an instructor. Once given a jersey, the instructor will discuss where you will all meet before heading out onto the track. After that, you will sign in on the instructor's comment sheet. This sheet is where the instructor writes down notes about the student's riding capabilities and what he or she still needs to work on and or what they have been doing really well that day. When you hear the to the grid call, you will ride to pit out and look for your designated instructor. That session you will work with your instructor, following him once and then him following you. Once your instructor sees fit for you both to come in, he will give you instant feedback on what he thinks you need to improve on or what things he saw you doing really well that day. This cycle of classroom, then on-track 20-minute session, then back to classroom will continue throughout the day. Some sessions will consist of you working on things that has been taught in the classroom. Other sessions will consist of you working directly with an instructor. Also, don't be afraid to sit out a session. We would rather you rest than risk hurting your bike or yourself. At around 12, everyone goes on lunch break. Lunch is a great time to get rehydrated and refueled on some food, but it's also a great time to get some one-on-one with an instructor. Maybe you have some questions about the track, or maybe even some of the riding techniques that we've gone over in the class. Also, lunch is a great time to go check out our vendors. Maybe you have some suspension questions, or maybe you want to see if your suspension is set up correctly, or maybe you have questions about tire pressures, or if you need new tires. After lunch, the sessions will continue just as they did before, and after your last on-track session, it's now time for what people call the hardest part of the day, packing up. Remember, when loading your bike, ask for help from a fellow rider, because you have been riding all day and will typically be exhausted, and trying to load your bike by yourself could end in a few bumps and bruises. We don't want that, so don't be shy, just ask for help. Furthermore, come find Dave and any of the other instructors and come say hi. Let us know what you thought of your first track day. And for us, it's always good to see new friendly faces. I hope this video helps those of you on the fence about whether or not to come to a track day with us. And I also hope that it eases some of y'all's concerns about what actually goes on at a RideSmart track day event. And remember, a track day event with RideSmart isn't just about going fast on a racetrack. It's about becoming a more skilled, more confident, and safer rider, as well as improving your techniques to be safer out on the street. Till next time, from the RideSmart family, thank you for watching, and we'll see you out the track. And remember, like and share this video to show your other fellow riders the track is actually the safest place to be.